I'd go find Nami, and she would kick my butt.
I actually still to this day have not heard any of that dub.
You haven't even heard the intro rap song?
No.
I've heard it.
He would eat all of the things and he would ride all of the rides and probably get into a massive fight and then the amusement park would fall down.
Heroes are cool, but I'm all about the villains. I want Vegapunk to destroy. Yeah, villains are great.
You're watching convention coverage.
I am Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Nami the Navigator.
I am Colleen Clinkenbeard and I am the voice of Monkey D. Luffy.
Yes.
I'm David Zobelov, the voice of Kaido.
Yes. Yeah.
My name is Kyle Phillips. I'm the voice of Marco the Phoenix in One Piece.
Yes.
Hello, hello. My name is Amelie. I'm the voice of Uta in One Piece Film Red.
I know you weren't the original voice of Luffy. Did you take any inspiration from the 4Kids dub of that, or was that entirely your own?
I actually still to this day have not heard any of that dub. So right now it's kind of hard to find, honestly. And Erica and I didn't become friends until later, and now I am curious and I would love to go back, but I haven't seen it to look at it. And back then I definitely wanted it to be my own thing because we were given the instruction at the beginning that this was not a continuation of that dub. It was brand new. We were coming at it with a fresh outlook and with new voices. So yeah, the intention was not to sound like them.
Yeah.
Not to not sound like them, but just to sound like whatever we wanted our characters to sound like.
Thank you.
You haven't even heard the intro rap song?
No.
I've heard it.
Gaio Gaio? Oh my god.
Gaio.
What is the saddest scene you have seen so far in One Piece for you?
Luffy. Help me. Yes.
Yeah.
That is it.
Mary makes me cry every single time.
Mary.
My husband was a wreck.
Same here.
There's something you haven't seen yet that really choked me up. So wait till you see it and then let us know what it was.
Well, I saw this TikTok edit, and it was like Marco's like the saddest character in the show. He's had so many friends die.
Oh, geez. Oh, that's right. Oh, no.
Like, no spoilers, but so all of, and there's a moment in the show where he kind of all kind of sinks in. It's just oh, dang, yeah, dude, he's sad. And all the Straw Hat backstories are also incredibly sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without saying spoilers for One Piece Film Red, it's so difficult. I ride this line of spoil, not spoil. But there's a really beautiful scene with Uta and Shanks, a little flashback, and I was tearing up during it. Luckily, we recorded it last. I was like, Anthony, please, can we do this last? If you know, you know.
Yes. The snot is real.
Yeah. It is real.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the new live action One Piece?
I thought they did a great job. I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. I did. You know?
I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either.
What? It was so good. I loved it.
I've seen some of it. I love it. It's fun.
I want to watch it very much, and I'm definitely going to have to watch it before MegaCon because I know that we're all there with the live action actors, and I don't want to go in uninformed. But I've heard how much everybody loves it, so I'm very excited. My kid won't let me.
They're in the anime right now, so Rhodes wants to wait.
Yeah. We're watching the anime, and every time I'm like, let's just watch this for just a few episodes. No, we got to keep watching the One Piece. Sorry.
I'll watch it when I'm done watching Our Flag Means Death.
Thank you.
If you could have Sanji cook you one meal or food item, what would it be?
I want pho.
That's a good answer.
I want pho. Also because my voice is tired from talking so much, and that would be real delicious right now.
All the meat he cooks looks really good. I'm not a huge seafood fan. I love I like certain seafood, but I feel like you'd have to try one of the new fish that you've never seen before.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm open to seafood as well. I like that a lot. As long as I don't have to see the head.
Well, I mean, it would be attacking you, and then he would cook
exactly.
it.
Yeah, I like to walk in a restaurant and just, what's the specials or what are they known for? What's their flagship item? And I just go for that. So I assume, it'd be some kind of awesome fish dish.
Chef's choice.
Chef's
Yes.
choice.
Ooh, yes.
That's what I'm in for.
In all the episodes, they always have like that giant piece of meat like on
Yeah.
on the fire.
That looks really good.
I want to go try that. It's like melting off the bone.
Yes.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now that the Egghead arc has officially started as of today, what are some things you look forward to seeing, or at least you would want to see for the future of your character?
Well, I will say, aside from yesterday, it's still true today. I love the new designs and the costumes are super fun for me. But, Nami's coming out of Wano with, I really love how they all sort of regrouped to go forward. And she has leveled up in power thanks to a certain sidekick. And so I look forward to seeing what happens with that.
Yeah.
How she's going to fight in the future.
I have so much. I'm going to say words rather than spoilers. So those of you who have read manga will understand words. And okay, so Shanks, Blackbeard, Vegapunk. How do I not spoil that?
Everyone run. Everyone run.
Where Luffy came from. Luffy's like the, the big thing.
Is this the Dragon Ball panel?
Yay! I told them you were lost.
I was so lost. In fact, this isn't even the right panel. I think I'm supposed to be one room over. So, but you all it really looked fun over here.
Did you see the lizard I sent you?
Thank you for sending me the lizard. There was actually, you should have said the lizard person, but that's kind of weird context too.
Adorable.
Yeah, he had what do they call them?
Bearded dragon.
Yeah.
There's a bearded dragon dressed up like Zorro. For real. Like, it had a little hat with 3 earrings. It was so cute.
It was so cute.
So that's been fun. I'm gonna go take a nap, guys. Later.
Have a fun panel. Bless.
Yay.
Aw, that was fun times.
What was you guys know some stuff.
I know, don't get lost.
What do you?
I'm just excited for Vegapunk.
Yeah.
I like villains. You'll get that question like, who do you prefer playing, heroes or villains? And heroes are cool, but I'm all about the villains. I want Vegapunk to destroy. Yeah, villains are great.
Do you know anything that's coming up?
I'm not really a knower.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you were thrown into the world of One Piece as yourselves, what do you think you would want to do in the world?
Hide.
I know.
Yeah, my God. Is there any safe place in the One Piece world?
Not interested.
Yeah, like where?
Wano has no food.
Yeah.
Every place has monsters and pirates.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I guess to try and find a devil fruit somehow.
Yes, exactly.
So true.
Try that.
Then you can't swim and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd probably go to Water 7. Yeah. I'd probably go chill in One Piece Venice.
That's right.
I mean, in all honesty,
Be a bookmaker.
Yeah.
I'd probably try and flirt with Nami. I'd go find Nami, and she would kick my butt.
Yeah.
She's a scrapper. You can take the girl out of Kokoyashi Village, but she will always be a cat burglar.
Oh man. I don't know where I'd go, but I'd eat as much food before a monster found me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could send your character on a vacation, where would you send them and why?
Poor Uta needs to.
Uta needs just a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
she
a
really
hug.
does.
Not even a
spa
vacay,
day.
just a singular hug.
She really does.
I think Kaido needs to go to rehab.
Yeah. Kaido's
For
a club
many
med.
things.
Yes.
Very much so. Where's Marco going?
Man, so he's right now like just healing people on that remote island, just being a doctor. So I think literally anywhere, like just anywhere else where he can be. I don't know, maybe he needs crowds. He needs to go and be like, he needs to go to New York. He needs to go to Manhattan, be with crowds, but not have to worry about healing anyone and just doing his thing and checking out the sights. He'd be an ultimate tourist. That's where he needs to go.
For sure. Maybe see a play or something.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm sending Luffy to an amusement park.
Oh,
That's
I love
for sure
that.
what he would like. He would eat all of the things and he would ride all of the rides and probably get into a massive fight and then the amusement park would fall down.
Nami is going somewhere tropical, and she's getting free drinks and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah. As she deserves.
Yes, she would think so.
For sure. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank
you.
This is for Colleen. Like, what's your favorite part playing Luffy?
I mean, I love him. I love him so much. He's a huge part of my life now, and I love him more all the time. I feel like my favorite part of being Luffy is seeing what's next, because it's always super exciting. And now that, social media is what it is and everybody's all excited about One Piece and I'm watching it with my family, everything that we're getting into is more hyped than it used to be. So whatever's next is my new favorite thing.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
What would you say is like your most defining moment for your character where they really found that like, okay, this is like what I'm supposed to do from here on out?
I mean, this is a big spoiler, but I assume everyone's seen through the Marineford arc? Oh man!
Good luck,
okay.
Kyle.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a moment at the end, and that kind of basically all of Marco's momentum gets like stopped, and he has one last hurrah to try to fight the Blackbeard pirates, but then that's when he's like, it's not my time anymore. And then later in Wano, he has that moment where he could defeat King and Queen, and he basically handles them no problem, but he takes a step back and he says, all right, Zoro, it's your generation's time.
Yeah.
And so I think the combination
Huge
of those
spoilers.
two moments-
You suck at those spoilers.
There's no spoilers in there.
Giant spoilers.
Tried his best.
They're vague enough. Yeah. I'd say those
Basically,
two
when we found the One Piece and it was turned out.
When Kaido finally takes over and there is no more opposition, and the look on everyone's faces kind of told me that was a new day for him. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, they knew they were subjugated at that point.
Yeah.
All of Uta's stuff is a spoiler. Oh man! But there's a really nice scene towards the end of the movie where Uta goes up to Luffy and tells him to grow into the hat, and that scene is just really beautiful. I can't say more without spoiling it for everybody. You gotta go see One Piece Film Red, then I wouldn't have this problem.
I think Luffy's past with Shanks is just super formative for him, and deciding what he wants to do and who he wants to be, and like what he will not allow to happen. So yeah, I think Shanks is really the most formative in his life.
And I think for Nami, apart from, the whole deal, the whole Arlong arc is where you see sort of where she comes from and how the Straw Hats become a family. Incredibly formative moment. But more recently, what I think is great is in Wano, there's a fight. There are many fights.
One or two.
But there's a moment where, and it's in the show often, where it's like, say he's not going to be king of the pirates. Just say it. And Usopp is like, just say it. It doesn't matter. Just lie and say it. And Nami can't say it. She's like, I'll go. I may be knocked out. I may not come back from this. But I'm behind him, to the end. And to me, it just keeps sort of hearkening back to that moment where she asked for help and they became a family,
You can make me cry.
Thank you.
What is your favorite attack from each of your characters?
I love the Marco pineapple comparisons. And so they leaned into it after the time skip on Wano, and his new attack is Phoenix Pineapple. Yeah. And that's my favorite by far. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was someone, messing with me on the script. They're like, no, that's it. That's cool. That's my favorite.
Drunken Bagua. Oh, yeah.
Gum Gum Red Rock.
Oh. Happiness Punch.
Oh, God. How many berries does that one cost?
I don't even know. But it was so much fun.
And Uta doesn't have a power, but spoiler. But it's a cute little like side note that if you watch her during the movie, she pins up a bunch of the pirates on the wall, and if you look at where they are on the music sheet, the different pirate placement is actually the places of the music notes for later on in the movie, and it's kind of cool. They like spell out the song. Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you guys for an amazing answer. And
Out of all the Marines, which one do you think is the strongest?
Man.
Like in their prime.
Prime.
I think Garp, right? I think Garp. And without a devil fruit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
PG?
Maybe.
I guess I mean I don't know enough about Garp's power, or his what he actually does, because
he's just a.
I'm still watching the dub with my son, and we're at 420, and those are some of the episodes that I did not see in the sub yet. So I'm still watching Garp.
Well, so Marco fights a lot of Marines in the Marineford arc. So he fights Aokiji, Kizaru, and I don't know if he fights Akainu, but he kind of he deals with them in some way or shape. He either escapes unscathed or whatever, but Garp punches him in the face and out. So I think Garp is the strongest.
Do you guys agree?
Do you think that? You asked. Do you think that that's true? Who do you think is the strongest?
It was either Sengoku or Garp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't fight Sengoku in there.
Yeah. Rock on.
I'm excited to get there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What's super cool to me about One Piece is there's stuff that happens episodically, and then there's within a handful of episodes, and then there's the arc and the saga, and then the overarching story. And Marineford is when all of that collides together for the first time, and that's what's super cool about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited because I've been watching the series on and off in sub form for as long as we've been doing it, but there are sections of it that I didn't see, and then I've never gone through and watched the entire thing in dub, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm very excited to watch the full thing in order, in sequence. This will be my first time to do that.
That's actually what they're waiting for to simuldub it. Is they're waiting for Colleen to get to it.
Chat.
Got it.
who is your favorite One Piece villain? It can be from the movies. It can be from side arcs.
Villain? Buggy? Yeah. I also say Inaru for jerkiness. Ugh. I hate Inaru. It seemed so hard to beat him while we were there.
Ugh. I'm still mad.
And that was
Michael
Tatum. Right?
Yes, I'm still mad. I have two answers. Kaido is my real answer.
Really?
But also Foxy. I love Foxy so much, and I know that a lot of it has to do with Jonathan Brooks, who did the English voices. He is phenomenal, some of the best dubbing I think I've ever seen, and he's so funny. So that's my funny answer, but honestly, dragons all the way.
Big Mom's a villain, right? Big Mom.
Yeah, she's great.
I love Big Mom. I can't say enough about her. Her laugh cracks me up, and she reminds me of someone I know who's very evil.
I'm going to copy Lucy and say Buggy. He's, I think, overall my favorite character in addition to my favorite villain, but I like the idea that I think Buggy's going to end up being king of the pirates.
Nah.
I think there's some kind of thing, or Luffy at the very end is going to realize he doesn't need the One Piece.
Right, just tosses the crown over his shoulder.
I think Buggy's going to end up sitting on the throne.
Oh man, yeah, Buggy.
I've said I think Buggy fails upward.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, Buggy, Big Mom, they're great. They're great picks.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Do any of you ever regret going down this path for voicing these One Piece characters and just going down this journey?
Oh, no.
No way. I'm very
Can you imagine if we said, yeah? Can you imagine?
I know. Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah. If it was me, just, God. Yeah.
I was saying in the last panel, this is the first anime I've done in 26 years, and I'm glad this is the one I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, even as tough as Luffy's voice is, and it has changed the landscape of my voice forever, even with that, absolutely, I would never regret it.
And you have to know that in the beginning, I remember getting the phone call, they want you to do One Piece. And I was like, oh, yay, that's awesome, And it was like, but you need to know it's going to be a commitment. And
they did not mean this.
Having no idea what that meant. I mean, I was like, what, 5 years? That would be a miracle. What a great gig, And here we are, 16, 17 years later, like, still not done. Wild.
It's longer, isn't it? Did we start in 2005?
2006, I thought.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like 19.
2006.
16 years. 6, that's still...
18 years. 18 years.
18
years. Because I'm still saying 16. People will ask me how long I've been doing it. I've been saying 16 years for like 3 years.
Okay.
But years don't count.
So funny. Yeah.
18 years.
And there were times, when we were on hiatus for so long with the dub that we never knew if we were going to finish it because the show just wasn't popular enough in America. And so I feel like that's one of the real beautiful things about this moment now with the tsunami of love around this show. It is so validating for people who've been watching this show 20 plus years,
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yeah, and that's like a very common thing in anime is like you'll work on something and it's like, man, this is a legit funny show. It's so good, but they will fly under the radar. Like if it wasn't super hyped in Japan or from the manga, it kind of like just doesn't really get hyped either. So we were all always just so sad because One Piece is so good, but it was just floundering for so long. And so for now, finally for it to reach this like apex and beyond is pretty cool.
Yes.
You guys are doing amazing work, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have you guys ever met your Japanese voice actor counterpart or anyone from the Japanese cast?
I have not.
No.
Oh.
I have hopes that someday that'll happen just because this keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I have hopes, but I have not yet.
I met a very close friend I met a very close friend of the actor who plays Kaido, so we got to talk,
Oh, that's so cool.
Is he nice?
Well, this is a woman who's a very close friend of his who was over at WeebCon from Japan. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I hope you all get to meet them.
Thank you.
Especially you, Amelie. I'm sure
I'd
you
love
and
to
Ado.
meet Ado.
You and Ado would.
Yeah.
I'm sure
She
you guys
seems
have
really
so much in
cool.
common.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If Luffy is the strongest Straw Hat pirate in the crew, why does Nami keep beating him up harder than everyone else?
I think that is right. I think it is the power of sisterly love. like I think Nami and Luffy have it's like this emotional connection. It's almost like she's hurting him emotionally.
Wait, let me ask you this.
Stupid. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Could you beat up your mother? But do you?
Yeah, could or
Without leaving a scratch, probably.
But you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense. You didn't even need a devil fruit, Nami.
It's the same. He could, but doesn't.
He doesn't. That's right.
Yeah.
She's in charge. Yeah, he takes it.
Oh, I see.
But also, think about the trust he has in her. She runs the ship. He's the captain. He says where they go. Even if she doesn't like it, she'll go where he says that he wants to go. But she's on the ship. She pretty much calls the shots.
Charge, yeah.
What's your favorite outfit that your character wears?
I think Kaido looks amazing in scales.
I am a fan, and it's so much fun to see all the people that are watching the live action. The old school blue stripes with the orange skirt
Someone who gets
is
it.
how I first think of her in my head.
Love it. I love what he wears in One Piece Film Red. Mm-hmm. And I also love when they're undercover as beast pirates. I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I don't know what it's from, but I have a figure of Marco like wearing a suit. And I don't know what it's from, but it looks cool.
It's from a game. Is it Treasure Cruise?
Oh, Treasure Cruise.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he looks awesome. I think that's my favorite. All right, I gotta look that up.
Uta has a full gold suit of armor during I'm Invincible, and it looks so cool. I want it so badly.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
What was the hardest time you had to act?
Ooh.
Acting's really easy for me, so.
Probably the Arlong arc. Although, I mean, recently there have been a lot of very yelly, screamy things happening. Screaming at Kaido, and things like that have been challenging only because the yelling and stuff the emotion is one part of it, but hitting those flaps is the other really technical part of what we do, and that is a thing.
By flaps, we mean mouth movements.
Mouth movements, like, you know.
Making sure it all tags up so that it looks like they're actually talking.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the stuff with Usopp and the Mary, that section was really gut wrenching, and I think it was the first time that I did a lot of crying sounding as Luffy, and that was a whole new experience. Trying to find where that sits with me in my voice, the crying as Luffy, because that's not a natural sound. So that was hard.
I think for me, with Kaido, there's a lot of juggling that takes place in a session because we have the Japanese and we have the flaps and we have to match what they're doing on screen, but it doesn't always make sense in English, and we have to maybe sometimes on the spot change what we're saying and still make sense of it all. Yeah. And that's a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of a tough guy. So that first episode in Wano, I don't know if it's technically the very first episode of the arc or it's the very end of the arc before that, but when you see Marco for the first time after the time skip and he's with Cat Viper and he just like is telling a story of like where he's been and everything that's going on and like he's crying and all this stuff, and that's probably the most dramatic voice acting I've had to do. So that was a fun challenge.
There's some flashback scenes. Yeah, I know, spoilers. Yeah. There's some flashback scenes in One Piece Film Red where Uta is like screaming after Shanks. And it's little Uta. We like to call her Little Miss Ma'am. She's very sassy. But I was losing my voice during that movie, and I had to be little Uta screaming after Shanks. And I just remember feeling I was like, oh no, here we go. It might be the end. We got through it.
I remember feeling for you so much because you had so much to do.
So much to do.
And like the singing on top of it. And I was just wondering how you were going to do it.
I also have one working vocal cord. Only one of my vocal cords works. So it's a hard worker, but only one works.
Wait, still?
Yeah, still.
First, I have so many questions. First of all, how do you know?
It does all the work for both of them.
How do you know that?
I got throat scoped.
You got a laryngoscopy?
Yeah, I got a little camera down my throat.
One is not going.
Wow. So like one goes like this and one does the rest of the
Shut
work.
up.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Which is why my voice is so breathy all the time, because I can never fully close them. Air is always going through. So my breath control sucks.
And you can still sing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it takes me longer. I have to take more breath. So we cut them out digitally.
You're about to enter your jazz lounge singer.
I know. Really slow and breathy. Yeah, for sure.
How
Isn't that wild? Yeah. Apparently it's the doctor was talking about it. She's like, I've seen it a lot in singers.
Okay,
It'll just paralyze your vocal cords.
I know.
My worst nightmare come true.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for that nightmare. Yeah.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
What is your favorite funny moment you've recorded?
I went and watched some clips because I was thinking about this panel yesterday, but I saw one for Luffy that I was crying in my hotel room. Oh. We are somewhere snowy. I don't know what's happening, but Sanji is like, put on some shoes. And Luffy is like, man, I can't. It's my police. And Sanji goes, I think you mean your policy. And Luffy's like, oh yeah. Anyway, it's such a dumb joke. And it is so funny. It's my police. Anyway, I think you mean your policy. Bless. So funny.
I wonder what that was adapted from.
I know.
I really, really love the three-sword style. That's not an insult, Luffy. Four-sword style.
You mean the insult that he tried to do when they were back in Alabasta, that one, right?
I don't remember when it was.
Oh.
Was it Alabasta?
That was Alabasta.
All right.
My favorite day for Kaido hasn't aired in English yet, but it will soon. And you'll know it when you see it.
In the Wano arc, we get to see young Marco, which is cool. And I remember, I think I was either working with Emily or Anthony, and so we're recording it. And I was like, hey, I think I'm just doing my Denki voice from My Hero Academia. And they're like, that's exactly what we need. And so it's funny, the realization that like young Marco and Denki are like so similar. They're both just really goofy and like chill or whatever. So that was fun, just that whole sequence.
The movie's pretty serious, but there's a part where Luffy and Uta are having an eating contest. And you just eat the food really fast. And it was just really funny because you had recorded first, so I got to hear all of Luffy's noises. I was like, yes, here we go. And I had to match all of your timing because they eat and then they swallow and then they keep eating, and it's just like really funny to get it on the flaps.
I would love an audio mashup of all of the times I've been eating.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
That would be hours. Thank you so much.
How long does it take for your cover songs to do?
Yeah. It depends. Sometimes it can be a couple hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks in the case of the Uta songs. I think Fleeting Lullaby and Top Musica, I covered those in English. I think they took me like a week each because I just wanted to make sure my voice was healing in between all those growls. But yeah, it just depends on the song, really. Thank you so much for the love. Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any sort of like concern where your voice is being irritated? Or do you have like a strain when you're trying to play as a young teenager as someone like Luffy?
For sure, yeah. That's like, I mean, even when you're not playing Luffy, you always have that concern that you're gonna just kick it wrong and it's gonna do something that is permanent and you're gonna end up with vocal notes or on vocal rest or like with a strained larynx or whatever it was Aaron Dismuke had. And just, there's all sorts of things that can happen and they are detrimental to your the longevity of your career. And in addition, Luffy just deepens my voice. Like, so I can't play some of those younger roles that I played earlier in my career at all anymore because Luffy makes me sound like Chris Sabat. So, yes, for sure. But I just thank everything that is holy that Luffy is worth it. I'm so glad that I was not put into a position to play 1,000+ episode character over 20 years who I didn't like. That would suck. Yeah. So I love him, and he is my favorite character to play. So thankfully, it's worth it.
Well, I'm glad you played as Luffy. So
Appreciate you all.
Yes, we will be there.
And I think Amelie is leaving.